welcome. Welcome to a new program. Yes, Bago en Vivo. I'm here to teach you English. You're here to learn English. So we work together. We create a type of symbiosis, and it works. Your English improves, and I have a job, okay? And I need a job, because if you didn't need English, I wouldn't be here. If the English language didn't exist, I would be doing something else. If your English were perfect, you wouldn't be here either, and I would have one student less. But because your English is not perfect, I'm here. And because your English is not perfect, you need me. And because you need me, well, then I have a job, okay? It all works together, a symbiosis, as I told you. Now, you and I need to work together. And the first thing you need to do is to develop strong arms to row, okay? I have a megaphone, and I bark orders. 1, 2, 3, and you row, okay? And you row. In order to reach the promised land, which is speaking English and understanding English well. It takes a long time, and you have to row, and in order to row well, okay, you and I, we need to row in the same direction, and you need to develop strong arms, strong biceps, strong triceps, strong wrists and forearms, strong shoulders, and especially a strong back to pull, okay? And working together, we can do a lot of very interesting things, okay? And you will reach a good level. I guarantee you, I promise you, that if you watch this program every day, or as many days as possible, if you can manage to watch this program, si logras ver este programa, if you can manage to watch this program regularly, fijaos en la pronunciación, regularly, you will improve. And if at the same time you can watch other programs on Aprende Inglés TV, you will start noticing a big change in your English. You will, I promise you. I promise you. And I always tell the truth, and I know what I'm saying because I've been teaching for 34, almost 35 years. I have seen, I think, everything. I have seen every kind of student, including foreigners, not only Spanish students. I have seen different types of progress. I have seen successes, many, many successes, and I've seen many, many failures, and I have seen why people fail, and I have seen why people succeed. And there are many reasons why people succeed, but one of the most important reasons is called exposure. Exposición en idioma. Direct and indirect exposure. Direct exposure means you're watching, listening, paying attention. Indirect exposure means the noise of the language, the music of the language, is near you and penetrating your ear, sometimes without your realizing it. And those exposure is absolutely essential in the learning process. And what we are going to do in Aprende Inglés TV is provide exposure. And we will try to make it entertaining and fun, interesting, stimulating, in order to get you to watch and not to change the channel. So for the next 2 hours, please, don't change the channel. Besides, I have 2 very interesting students here, both of whom, de los cuales ambos, les conocéis, both of whom you know, and one of them has a cough. Okay, but we will make her settle down, and she has a cup of water in front of her. Are you okay, Marisa?
I am, Richard. Thank you.
All right, it's good to see you.
Good to see you.
Are you glad to be back?
Yes, I am.
All right, your English is good.
Thank you. That's yours.
What's your mother tongue?
English.
So English is your first language?
Yes, it is.
How many languages do you speak?
2, English and Spanish.
Don't you speak another language?
Part-time.
Part-time.
Italian.
Okay, you speak Italian too. But it's because your parents are from Italy.
That's correct.
All right. Mercedes, how are you?
I'm fine, very well, thank you.
Fine, very well,
Yeah.
thank you. Fine, very well, fandango. All right, fine. Okay, now, ask Marissa if her parents are from Italy.
Are your parents from Italy?
Parents.
Parents from Italy.
Yes, they are.
Ask her if they are from the same village.
Are they from the same village?
No, they are not.
Ask her if her father is from the south of Italy.
Is your father from the south of Italy?
No, he's not.
Ask her what part of Italy he's from.
What part of Italy is he from?
He's from the north, in Bergamo.
In Bergamo. Okay. Ask her if her mother is from the north of Italy too.
Is your mother from the north of Italy too?
No, she's not.
Ask her what part of Italy her mother is from.
What part of Italy is your mother from?
She's from the south,
Okay, from Calabria.
from
yeah?
Calabria.
Okay, ask her if they met in Australia.
Did they meet in Australia?
Yes, they did.
Ask her if they could understand each other in Italian when they met.
Could they understand each other when they met?
I imagine, yes.
Yeah, I imagine.
I don't know. I wasn't there.
You were there in their minds, okay?
Ooh,
All right.
Not initially.
Ask her how old her parents were when they met.
How old were your parents when they
They-
met? When they met? When they
Good.
met.
When they met.
I guess they were in their 20s.
Okay, they were in their 20s. Ask her if they got married soon after they met.
Did they get married soon after they met?
Okay,
Not
¿qué te
very
pasa con el verbo to
Ah,
meet?
sí.
Ahora, pero has cometido un error fonético.
Sí.
Did they? Did they?
Did they? Did they?
Okay, let's repeat this.
Yeah.
Ask her if her parents married or got married. Los dos valen aquí. Ask her if her parents got married soon after they met.
Okay. Did your parents get married soon after they met?
Good.
Not very soon after they met.
Ask her how long they were together before getting married.
How long were they together before getting married?
Approximately 3 years, maybe a
Okay.
little more.
Ask her if her father's family was in Australia.
Was your father family?
¿Cómo?
Was
Was your?
your father's family in Australia?
No, my father's family was not.
Ask her why her father went to Australia.
Why did your father go to Australia?
My father went to Australia with 2 friends for a couple of years. That was his original plan.
Okay, ask him why. Ask her why her father went to Australia for a couple of years.
Why did your father go to Australia for a couple of years?
Because my father liked to travel. He had already traveled in some countries in Europe and
Okay.
decided Australia would be an adventure.
So your father was an adventurer.
Yes, he was, very
Good.
much.
Ask her if he went to Australia by plane or by ship.
Did he go to Australia by plane or by ship?
By ship.
Okay, ask her what year he arrived in Australia.
What year did he arrive to Australia?
In.
Okay,
Arrive to no existe.
arrived in.
Arrive in or arrive at. Arrive at un punto.
Yeah.
Arrive in,
In-
una zona.
Okay.
Ask her what year, y puedes
Okay.
inventar. Ask her what year he arrived in Australia.
What year did he arrive in Australia?
He arrived in Australia about 1950,
In 1950.
approximately.
Ask her if her father arrived in Australia before I was born.
Did your father arrive?
No, speak to me.
Ah,
Ask.
did her father arrive in Australia before you
Were.
born? You were born?
Yes. Can you believe it? Wow, it's a long time. Yes, her father arrived in Australia before I was born. All right. Now, ask her if her mother went to Australia in the same way.
Did your mother go to Australia in the same way?
No, she didn't.
Well, ask her if she went by plane.
Did she go by plane?
Oh, you mean by ship in the same
No
way?
te aposta. Did she go by ship?
Yes, she did.
All right, good. Now, ask her if her mother went with her parents.
Did your mother?
Did.
Did your mother go with her parents?
Yes, she did, and with other relatives of her family.
Ask her how many family members went to Australia together.
How many family members went to Australia together?
I don't know the number, but approximately, well, there was her parents, her brothers and sisters, her grandmother, and some aunts.
Some aunts. My God, like 20 people. Yeah, in
Imagine.
Tropez. Everybody, hey, let's go to Australia. And half of Calabria went to Australia.
And the other half to Argentina.
All right. But ask her if her parents had trouble adapting to life in Australia.
Did your parents have trouble adapting to Australia?
My parents?
Yeah.
Oh, no, not really. They
Not
didn't
really.
have
Ask her if her
a lot
father
of problems.
now is happy he originally stayed in Australia.
Is your father now happy that he originally went to Australia
And stayed in Australia.
and stayed there?
Yes, he is.
All right. So he's happy with his decision.
Yes, except that he misses his brother.
He misses his brother. And ask her if her mother is happy with Australia.
Is your mother happy with Australia?
¿Por qué no dices la S de is?
Is your mother?
Así, is
Is your mother happy with Australia?
Yes, I think she is.
Ask her if her mother would have gone to Australia if she had known she was going to spend the rest of her life there.
Would your mother have gone there if she had known
She was going?
she was going to spend the rest of her life there?
Good. ¿Lo quieres repetir o no?
I'm not sure I'm all of the story.
Well, don't worry. Listen to me. It was perfect.
Okay.
Would your mother have gone to Australia if she had known she was going to live there the rest of her life?
She knew she was going for the rest of her life, so yes.
And do you think she now is happy with her decision? Or the decision of her family?
I think yes.
I think so, yeah.
Yes, I think so.
I'm correcting you.
Sorry.
Your
You did say I was a
English is
student.
contaminated by Spanish. I think yes.
I
Come
think
on.
so. Sorry.
Earlier you said I imagine yes.
Oh, did I?
Yeah, and I didn't correct you, okay? Marissa's starting to lose her English, okay?
Oh,
All right.
dangerous.
So, ask her if her parents still feel like foreigners in a foreign land.
Do your parents still feel foreigners in a?
No, escucha.
Okay.
To feel like.
Okay.
Foreigner es un sustantivo. I feel tired. I feel like a new man. Man is sustantivo. Tired is adjetivo.
Okay, okay.
Feel like, ask her if her parents still feel like foreigners in a foreign land.
Do your parents still feel like foreigners in a foreign land?
No, I don't think so.
Ask me if I still feel like a foreigner in a foreign land.
Do you still feel like a foreigner in a foreign land?
Oh, yes, I do. Ask her if she still feels like a foreigner in a foreign land.
Do you still feel like a foreigner in a foreign land?
Yes, I do.
Yeah. I've
But
never.
why?
Why? Ask me how old I was when I came here.
How old were you when you came here?
I was 20, perhaps like her parents. I came here as a student, and I stayed for one academic year. I went back to finish, but then I came back when I was 22, so basically when I was 20. Yeah. My life gyrates around Spain. It's very Spanish, gira en torno a, pero se puede decir y se entiende, ¿no?
Yes.
Yes, my life, Spain is part of my life since I was 20, but I still feel like a foreigner in a foreign land.
But you have spent most of your life here?
I know,
Spain?
but I feel like a foreigner. Ask Marissa if she thinks most foreigners feel like foreigners in Spain.
Do you think most foreigners feel
Feel like.
foreigners here in Spain?
Yes, I think they do.
Yes. Even if they've come when they were 17, 18, I think they feel like foreigners. Yeah, they do.
Pity.
No, it is true. Ask her if she thinks this is a Spanish phenomenon only.
Do you think this is a Spanish phenomenon
Only?
only?
No, I don't think so.
Ask her if she thinks we would feel the same if we were in Italy.
Do you think you would feel the same if you were in Italy?
Prefiero feel. Alárgamelas. Feel me sonaba a rellenar más que a
Okay.
sentir. Ask us, or ask her,
Okay.
if we would feel the same if we were living in Italy.
Do you think you would feel the same if you were living in Italy?
Yes, we would.
All right, and ask her why her parents don't feel the same.
Why don't your parents feel the same?
Because I think my parents have been in Australia for so many years that they feel accustomed to it.
Well, ask me how many years I've been in Spain.
How many years have you been in Spain, Richard? I'm sorry.
Ay, pobre. What does she want to know?
She wants to know how many years have you been in Spain?
Repeat.
How many years?
You
You
have.
have been in Spain.
What does she want to know?
She wants to know how many years you have been in Spain.
Okay, formulate the correct question directly.
Okay, how many years have you been in Spain?
What do you want to know?
I want to know how many years you have been in Spain.
Okay, I've been in Spain for 35 years. Yeah. Ask me if I still feel like a foreigner.
Do you still feel like a foreigner?
Yes, I do. Yeah. Well, life for me is very normal, etc. But the first 20 years of your life, or the first, are you okay?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Sorry.
The first 20 years of your life mark you forever, and they mark you so deeply.
So hard, yeah.
I imagine if Antonio Banderas continues in the United States for the rest of his life, he will still feel
Feel like in
Spanish.
Spanish, yeah.
He will
I
still
agree.
feel Spanish.
Spanish.
He will feel like a Spaniard. You understand? Mm-hmm. Ask Maurice if she can talk.
Can you talk?
I think so.
Well, we'll
Oh my
stay
God.
when you're ready. You let me know, okay? When you're ready. Take it easy.
Okay.
All right. So, ask me if my wife is Spanish.
Is your wife Spanish?
Yes, she is. Ask me if she feels like a foreigner in the States.
Does she feel like a foreigner in the States?
Yes,
in the
of
States.
course. Of course. Ask me if you would feel like a foreigner if you lived the rest of your life in the States.
Would I feel like a foreigner if I lived the rest of my life in the States?
In the States?
In the States. In the States.
In the
In the
States.
States.
Empieza por ese, ¿no?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
In the States. The Estates significa en las haciendas.
No.
Hacienda
in
tipo
the
mexicano.
States. Yeah, yeah.
All right. Yes, you would feel like a foreigner. You would feel like a
I
foreigner
think
because
so.
it's different. When you go to a country after your adolescence, if you live your childhood
Yeah.
and your adolescence and even your university education in a certain country, then you go to another, especially another with a different language, okay, you always feel different. Now, I think it's good. I think it's good for you mentally and psychologically because you don't feel like one person among 45 million. You always feel different. When you walk out of your house in the morning, you're in a foreign country. I am in a foreign country. And I still feel that way. But I enjoy it. And one of the reasons I enjoy it because I am in a foreign country. It makes you feel more
Different.
alive. It does. I think probably, I don't know if this is true, but I would guess, yo supondría, that there are fewer cases of depression among people who are living in a foreign country than the local people because they feel different. It's something that deep inside you are different from the other people. I'm not saying better or worse, different. And I think it marks you positively. Okay? It makes you feel more of an individual, different, separate, and for me, I think it's good. I don't know. Ask Marisa if she agrees with me.
Do you agree with him?
Yes, I do.
All right. Really? Ask me
Yeah.
how often we agree.
How often do you agree?
We usually agree, I think.
Yes.
All right. Ask her if we get along.
Do you get along?
Yes, we do.
Ask her if we've ever had a fight.
Have you ever had a fight?
No, we've never had a fight.
No?
No,
No?
never.
Never.
A fight? No.
Ask her if we have ever had
An argument.
an argument.
Have you ever had an argument?
No.
It's
Not that I
basically the
recall.
same. Don't you agree? To have
Well,
an argument?
to have an argument or a fight, unless it's physical, yes,
Physical.
it's the same.
No. A verbal fight is an argument.
Yes.
For me, it's practically the same. This question, have you ever had a fight? Yeah, precludes an argument too. Okay, an argument could be argumentación, argumentando puntos de vista. But in English, an argument suele ser una discusión acalorada. Que vamos, que es
Or a row? You say a row?
Row.
a row.
Row.
Yeah, but it's not very common.
Okay.
It's common, but don't worry about that.
Okay.
You can go through your life without needing to say row.
Okay.
And you'll probably hear it 5 times. Okay? Having a row. It's spelled like row, I think.
Yes,
Okay, like row.
R-O-W.
Okay. Now, ask her if we have ever disagreed on anything.
Have you ever disagreed in anything? On anything.
We probably have,
But you can't remember.
but I can't remember anything specific.
Yeah, ask me if I am a disagreeable person.
Are you a disagreeable person?
No, I'm very flexible, usually. I'm very flexible about basic, everyday things. About conceptual things, no. I am inflexible. About certain philosophical concepts, especially in the teaching, about how to do things.
How do you see your bases are very...
Sorry?
Your bases? Do you
Well,
see
the
your
base.
Or
The
the
base.
base.
I'm very firm on that. Okay, now ask her how long it took her to get used to living in Spain.
How long did it take you to get used to Spain?
Are you used to it yet?
I am used to it, of course. It probably took me a couple of years.
All right, ask her if she has any children.
Do you have any children?
Yes, I do.
Ask her how many children she has.
How many children do you have?
I have one.
Mira, yo no digo nunca children.
Children.
Yo digo children.
Yeah, I know.
Ask her how she pronounces that word.
How do you pronounce that word?
Pronounce?
Pronounce that word.
Children.
Repeat.
Children.
Chill. She says chill.
Chill.
Chill. I
Okay.
say chol. Children. Ask her how many children she has.
How many children do you have?
I have one.
Ask him if it's a boy or a girl.
Is it a boy or a girl?
It's a boy.
Ask her how old he is.
How old is he?
He's 21.
Ask her if he speaks English well.
Does he speak English well?
Yes, very well.
Ask her if he was born here.
Was he born here?
No, he wasn't.
Ask her where he was born.
Where was he born?
He was born in Australia.
Ask her how old he was when he came.
How old was he when he came to Spain?
He was 6 years old.
All right. Ask her if he spoke Spanish before coming.
Did he speak any Spanish before coming here?
No, he didn't, sorry.
Ask her if the father was Spanish.
Was the father Spanish?
In part, yes.
All right. But did your husband speak Spanish well before coming here?
Not very well. He didn't practice it a lot, but he was able to converse.
Okay, so when your son came, he didn't speak Spanish.
No, he didn't.
Ask her if he speaks Spanish well now.
Does he speak Spanish well?
Good.
Now.
Está bien. Repeat. Pero,
Okay. Does he speak Spanish well now?
Very well. I'm
Yun,
sorry.
escucha cómo lo hago yo. Does he speak Spanish? Does he speak Spanish?
Okay.
Does he speak? Does he? Fuzzy
Does he?
Wuzzy was a bear. Does he speak?
Okay.
Does he speak Spanish now? Repeat.
Does he speak Spanish now?
Yes, he does.
Ask her if he speaks it well.
Does he speak it well?
Very well.
Ask her if he speaks it better than English.
Does he speak it better than English?
At times, yes.
Okay. Ask her if he has an Australian accent when he speaks English.
Does he have an Australian accent when he speaks Spanish?
Not when he speaks Spanish, but when he speaks English, he has one.
That was my mistake. Ask her if he has a strong Australian accent.
Do you have a strong?
No. Ask her if he.
Okay. Does he have
A strong.
Australian accent?
Yes, he does have a strong Australian accent.
Ask her if his accent is stronger than hers.
Is his accent stronger than yours?
Yes, it is.
Ask her why. It's strange. He grew up in Spain,
Yeah.
basically. It doesn't make sense. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Ask her why her son's accent is stronger than hers.
Why is your son accent stronger than yours?
¿Acento solar o acento de tu hijo?
Accent. Your son accent.
Sons.
Oh yeah. Why is your son's accent stronger than yours?
For two reasons. One is his father has a very strong Australian accent, and a lot of the times they speak in English together. And because I'm a teacher, I've had to modify my accent.
As a teacher, you've had to modify your accent.
Yes.
Ask her if she used to speak with a thick Australian accent.
Did you used to speak?
Did you?
Did you used to speak with a strong?
A thick. Bueno, strong está
okay,
bien, pero estoy diciendo espeso. Se dice
yeah.
mucho en inglés a thick accent. Tiene un acento espeso. All right. Ask her if she, sobre todo los australianos. Ask her if she used to speak with a thick Australian accent.
Did you used to speak with a thick Australian accent?
Yes, I did.
All right. Yeah. Ask her if she thinks I could have understood her 16 years ago.
Do you think he could have understood you 16 years ago?
I think you would have.
Yeah. All right,
Except
could.
for some vocabulary.
Okay, it's not an accent question, it's a
No,
vocabulary question.
vocabulary that we use.
All right, good. Of course. Well, that's normal.
Yes.
All right. But you could understand me,
Yes.
couldn't you?
Yes, I
with
could.
Texas accent. It's easy to ask her if she has trouble with the Texas accent.
Do you have trouble with the Texas accent?
No, not at all.
Not at all. Texas accent is not difficult. It's simply slow. Okay. And a few words we pronounce in a strange way. Tar for tire on the car. A tar. Tar. Okay, I'm tarred. Means I'm tired. Okay. I'm tarred sounds like me han echado alquitrán encima.
Yeah, tar,
okay.
yeah.
I'm tarred, okay, and feathered. Okay, but ask her why she has lost her Australian accent.
Why have you lost your Australian accent?
I think it's because I've been in Spain for so long.
And teaching English changes.
And teaching English, definitely.
Yeah. Okay, not bad. We have to take a break. Our friend Marco is saying, corta. Okay, so the class is over for now, but we're back in 5 minutes to start a new section of the same class. So don't go too far away. You have the obligation to be back in 5 minutes.